Hi guys, welcome to Becodewala. I welcome you to the part 2 of our blog website. So in this we are building the landing page for our blog website. So in the last video we had made the nav bar, the hero section and the feature stories section. Now we will build the recent post section, explore categories section and the footer section. So first we will start with our recent post. So if you are new to our channel and you have not watched part 1, go and watch and make sure to subscribe our channel for the future post and the projects. So let's come to our VS Code. So now we will see how to build the recent post. So in the last video we have made this feature post, right? So now we will build the recent post. So let's go to the recent post file. So we will import the necessary things that we need in our application like motion. So import motion. From where we are going to import framer motion, right? We are using framer motion for the animation. So similarly for the icons we can import the calendar, clock and the arrow, right? In our project you can see that in the recent post we have this calendar icon, right? And the clock icon and the arrow right icon. So this icons coming from where? It is coming from the lucid react. So after importing the necessary thing we have to create our data. Like in above we have created our data for this title and the text and the this technology icon. I think we have seen this in the, see, we have created this all this data array of an object, right? So here we have stored each post data like id, title and the paragraph and the category section and the image. Similarly we have to create the data for this. So first we have to create the data, then we will map over the each card. So similarly you can see that the same icon just and the image just it is in a row and it is above the card is in column wise. So the both are almost similar. So first of all we will create our array of an object where we will store our data. So let's create our array of an object. So I have already created, so we can just copy and paste it. I will give you the source code of this project free of cost, so you can go and check out. So here we have created a recent post array and in this we have a three objects like with this id1 mastering the modern web development, and we have only two objects not on three, right? And here we have a paragraph. So as we need we can create our data like author, and author has a two properties, name and author, right? And the date, read time 8 minutes and the category and the image. So all this data we can create as your need. So here we are just showing two posts, so we can create more recent posts, right? So based on your choice. So after that we have to return JSX. We have to render on our web page what we want to show. So we want to show the card. So first of all we will create a section, right? So in this section, in the recent post section, we will create a div. So we will create a three divs, and in this div first of all we will style our section. So let's style our section. So in this we will add padding. From y it will be 20 and background will be gray 20, sorry 50 we can write, right? And after that we can style our the div, and in this div we will make it responsiveness. So 7xl, let's make responsiveness. So maximum width will be 7xl, right? And we can write mx auto, so it will be in the center. And padding from x will be 4, and a small devices padding will be 6, and the large devices we have a padding is 8, right? After that we have to create style our this div. So in this div we have a flex and this we have a justify, we can write between, right? So the same gap between the two cards and the items, so items will be in the end, and the it will be margin bottom 12. And after this came to the another div. In this div we no need to style, just we can keep it simple, and we will just start with the h2 tag. So in the h2 tag we have a recent post, so we can write recent post. So in this recent post we can style our this, we have a recent post, right, in the heading, and the we have a paragraph. So in, so our project is running on the localhost 5173. So here we can see that the recent post something looking like this. Let's see our the result in the right side, and we will see the real time changes in our application. So initially the recent post is something looking like this, right? So let's style our recent post text, write a class name, and let's to style this, and we will first make it text 3xl. You can see that the size of the text has been increased, and on the medium device, above medium devices we can write text 4xl. We can increase the size, and we can make font will be bold, and then we can make margin bottom will be 4, and the background gradient, the similar background gradient, right, background gradient that we use in the part 1 of our project, background gradient to right. And in this we can define the color from purple 600, or we can write, and we can write to pink will be 600, and then we can bg clip text, and we can write text transparent, right. And after this you can see that our recent post heading is looking so beautiful. Now we can create our paragraph tag, and we can just, I'll copy and paste our text, right. So this is our paragraph text, and let's style our paragraph text. And in this paragraph text we can write like similarly text gray 600, and it will look good, right. Now after this we can go to this out of this div, and we can create our button, right. Here we have a button, you can see that we have this button. So this button to view all, and let's go to our button. So in the button we have a view all, and we can style, and we can make it arrow right. So class name, and in this class name we can write like hidden. So initially it will not show on the small devices, so this view all is showing on the large screen devices, right, and it will not show on the small device. Currently we are on the small devices, right, so it will not show. So we can make it hidden, right. So now it is showing, right, but we have to make it hidden, right. So let's write the class name hidden, and now it will be not shown in our small devices, right. And after that we can write md flex, means it will show on the medium and the larger devices, right. And item we can make it center, and text purple we can write like 600, and the font medium, and then we can write hover on the text will be purple, we can write 700, and then after that we can write transition colors. So here we have a transition color. Let's see the result. So when you see the how cool it is, right, see, and we can make the cursor pointer also. let's make our cursor pointer, right? It will be good cursor pointer, and now see the cursor has becoming the pointer. Now after this, what we have to build? So after styling this, we have to build our card. So you can see that the beautiful cards. So to build this card, we have to create our another div. So after this button and the div, we'll create another div here, right? So in this div, we have to make our recent post to map. So here we have all this recent post. So we create the data. The data we have to map over each card. So let's map. So we can write recent post dot map, and in this we can pass it like post as a parameter, and then we can write like in the bracket we can write like motion dot article. So we have to show our article tag, and this is not a simple tag, it is a motion dot article, means this tag is using framer motion. So motion dot article. So in this motion dot article we can pass the key. So whenever we are using my function, we have to pass the key. So we can pass the key like post dot id, and after that we can pass like initial, and initial will be, it can like opacity will be 0, and the from the y we can write like, in the y we can write just 20, right? And after that in the while view, while when it will be view, so then we want opacity 1. So we can make it opacity 1, and in the y we can make it like 0, and then after view we can write viewport, and in this viewport once true, we can make once true, and after that we can go for the styling. So class name, and we can style our article like background white, right? We can mark rounded to XL, or we can write just XL, that is enough, and shadow we can make LG, and then we can write like overflow hidden, then we can write flex call, and after that we can make like on the on the large devices, in the small devices we can write in color, and the medium and the larger devices we can write flex row, right? Because we have a more space, screen area will be more, right, on the large devices, so that we have made the row, right? After this we have to show our all the latest posts, right? So in this we can show our latest post. So to show, first we'll create a div, and in this div we can write like image, and first of all we have to show our image. So let's show our image. In this we can write post dot image, right? And in the alt text we can write post dot title, right? So it's looking fine, and then we can style our image. So you can see that we will see our images also. So you can see that the images, the two posts, the recent post images that we have shown. So we can style this images, right? So we can write width will be 10 and height will be 10. Then we can make rounded full. Then we can make object cover, and you can see that it's looking, see, it's not looking good, right? So we have not styled our div. So let's style our div first. So in our div we have a md2y5 on the medium and the greater devices, and then we can write relative, right? After that we have to make the changes. So in the here we have a, like, we don't need to, this width and height is totally very small, so we can write just width full, right? And it will take the full width, and but the it is a rounded shape, so height we can wear 48, and don't want rounded full, we can remove rounded full, and object cover, and now it's looking fine. And we can make like md height full. So in the medium devices and the larger devices we can write empty full, means height will be full, right? And after that we can go for the another part. So in another part what we have, or this tag on the top, then the author name and the date and the time and the heading and all. So let's create that part also. So after this div we can make another div. So in this div we can write like a span tag, and in this span tag we can mention our post category. So let's write post dot category, right? So you can see the development design just, and now we have to make this development tag on the top, right? We have to style it. So first we will style our this div, and in this div we have to make absolute, because we have to move upper side, right, on our images. So absolute, and we can write top 4, and now absolute. So we have written the wrong spelling of absolute, now it's gone to the top 4, right? And after that we can write from the left, we can make it 4, right? So now it is perfect. Now we will style our this text. So style our text, we can write px3 and the py1 padding white selection, bg white, it can be like 90, and then we can make backdrop, we can write blur sm, and then we can make text purple, and this the text purple, similarly we can make 600. Text we can make a small size, right? Now it's good. And after that font we can write font medium, then we can write rounded full. So now it will look good. So where is rounded full? So we can write just type rounded full, right? And now you can see that it looking perfect, right? Now after this what we have, this author image and this name and all. So let's create for that also. So after creating this post category, I this span and div, we will create another div outside of this image. So in the article tag, right, in the article tag we will create another div, and in this div we will create one more div, and in this we'll show the author image. So in the image, so let's show the author image. So we can write like post dot author dot, we can write avatar, right? Avatar means this image, you can see that the image is appearing right now, right? The image that we have linked. Now we will style all these things. So let's style. So let's make a class name, and we can write like padding 6 from the all the side we want, and on the medium devices we want the width equal to 3 by 5, right? And we can make it this another div with the class name flex, and items make it a center. Then we can add margin bottom 4, right? Now it's good. Let's style our this. So here we can write in the alt post dot author, post dot not author, we can write post dot author, yes, author, and the name if the image will be not display. So for that we use alt net text, right? And we can style the images. You can see that not looking nice, so we can write width 10, height 10. Then we can write rounded full. Then we can write object cover. So we see the image has been stretched, looking so nice. So when we will make object cover, so now it's looking totally fine. So this is the power of CSS. So after creating author photo, we can go for creating the name and other things. So we'll create a div, and in this div we can create a paragraph tag, right? And in this paragraph we can pass the author name, post dot author dot name, right? And you can see that the author name has been appearing. After that author name we can make like another div, and in this div we can pass our calendar. This is our calendar icon, and you can see that the calendar has icon has been appearing. Then after the calendar we can write post date, post dot date, whatever the date we have mentioned, right? And let's so after the post date we can make a span tag, and let's see our result also, right? On the after the post date the date has been appearing, we can make a span tag, and in this span tag we can write like some dot like, and this dot, or we can use a small this icon. So you can see that the dot, and after that we can make a clock icon, and in this clock icon we can show the time, read time, right? So we have to show the post dot read time, right? And now it will appear the read time. See, now it's looking ugly, we can make it beautiful, right? So we'll start with the post author name. So we'll make margin left 3, right? And let's style our post author name. So in this post author name we can make text small, then font medium, so text and a small font we can make medium. Then we can write text gray 900. Now it's looking good, right? And this after this paragraph we can style our div. So here we have a div with the class name, and in this class name we can write like flex, and the items should be in the center, and then we can make text a small size, right? And the text color, right? Text gray 500. Now it's looking cool, right? Then this we have a calendar, so we can set the width and height. So in the calendar class name width will be, we can write like 4, height 4, and margin right 1. Now we can see the changes. So in the class name we can write like, here we have a post date, after this we have a class name of the this dot mx2, right, from the x. So now it's looking good, right? And we can see the read time, right? So before read time we have to make our clock style, and we can write like width 4, height 4, and we can make margin right to 1. Now it's looking good, right? Now perfect. After that, let's go for, so after this we can make it like this heading and all these things. So let's create our other part. So after this we'll go for the creating our div. So in this div we'll create our the title and the paragraph, right, that we have used. So in this we'll create a h3 tag, and after the h3 tag we'll create a paragraph to mention our text. So we'll format our document first. So now it will look good, right? Let's style. So before styling, let's write post dot, like we can write like title. You can see that the post title. Then after the post dot excerpt. So it's looking nice, right? So we'll style this. We can just style our h3 tag, so no need to create the just we can style for the simplicity. And we can make text excel, and the font will be bold, and the margin bottom will be 2, and the text gray 200. Now not 200, it's not looking good, so 900. So now it's perfect. So we can write class name for our the paragraph that we have used. So we can just make text gray. We can write like 600, and margin from bottom will be 4. Now you can see that looking cool, right? And after this we have to create a button. So read more button. So we'll create a button, and in this button we can write like read more, and we can show the icon also, right? So arrow right icon with height, and we can write like margin left 2 of the icon, and we can write like group over, and hover. Then after that we can, when we hover on it, we can make translate in the x like 1, and the transition transition transform. And now we can go for the first button. So our read more button is not looking cool, right? So we'll make it cool in line, and inline will be flex. And then we can write like items center. Then we can write text purple will be 600, the same color code we are using, right? Then we can make font medium. Then we can make group. Now we will hover on it. Now it will see the arrow icon, right? And we can make it like cursor pointer if you want. We can like cursor pointer. Now it's looking cool, right? Right? Or otherwise we can remove it. It's on your choice how we want to make it. So after this read more icon, you can see that the animation on the read more icon, it will be view all post. So that will be hidden on the medium devices. See the view all post, this is the another text, the separate text. So the before one more view all post we have created for the large devices, and this is for the small devices that we have to create this view all post. So to create this, we'll create another div out of this motion article. So we'll create a div, and in this div we will pass the button similarly like that, and this button like view all posts, right? And we can write arrow, right, class name and all these things. So let's create our style our div first. So first margin on the top will be 8, and the text we can make like center, so it will be in center, and md, and the all the large devices will be hidden, just if we want to show the small devices, because we have created the view all post for the large devices and medium devices already, right? So we can write inline flex, right, and we can like items center, and text will be purple, and we can similarly like 600 and font medium. Now it's looking cool, right? And this how we have created our this beautiful, we can see that the beautiful card, right? And you can see that there is no padding on this div. So this is the author. So author name we have not added the here padding. So where is our author name? So here we have a author name, right? And here you can see that we have to write margin left, but we have not added the class name margin left 3. Now you can see that now it's looking cool, right? The similarly the same thing we have shown here also, and you can see that the no gap between this. So here we have mistake. So in the recent post, so here in this div, let's search where is our mistake, and in the recent post map we have not styled at this div, right? We have not styled this div, we have left this div. So we can make grid, and we can write lg grid and call to, right, and the gap will be 8. Now it's looking cool, right? The spaces between, and we have make it responsive also, right? Now everything I think perfect, looking cool, right? Now we will go for the explore category section. See the same text, the just text has been same style for this also. So we will copy just the style and we will change the text, right? So let's see quick our category section. So let's come for the categories, and in these categories we have to import everything that we need our application first. So let's import the framer motion and the icons, right? So you can see that the motion, framer motion we have imported, and the icons. Then after that you can see that we have a data, right? We have to create this icon and this text and the how many article of the design and the travel article. So all this data we have to create in a array on a file object. So like that we have created in the previous component. So I have already created, so you can just copy and paste from in the code. So after this we have a similarly we have a this other explore categories and all these things. So the same style we have to use the background text clip, and the same style for the paragraph also. So to do this we will first create a section, you can add section, and in this section we have a div, right? And in this div we have another div, and we have a h2 tag. So we will design quickly. So we can see, we'll just copy and paste from the that code I have written already. So this for the section, the same background white and id carry, we don't need to pass the id, we can just simply write like this. And mx auto 7xl and all these things we have already written in the recent post, right? You can see that all these things. So similarly we can style for the other div, and the this div we can write like class name text center, and we can write like margin bottom 12, right? Then we have a heading explore categories, right? So in the heading we'll just paste it explore categories. So let's go to the our localhost explore categories, you can see. And the same style that we have used in the previous text like recent post, right? The same style we have applied on this text also. So we can just copy and paste the same style. So let's go, and I'll just copy from my other part, and we'll go and paste it here. And after that we can see that the explore categories has looking nice. Then we have a text, right? The paragraph text. So we'll copy the paragraph text and we'll paste it here. The same paragraph text style, maximum width, auto, and the gray, right? Now the different thing is just we have to create this card and the map the data, right, over these things. So we'll create a card, we'll make it all this in column wise like icon and the tag development and the how many articles, right? So to do this we have to go out of this div, make another separate div, and in this div we'll map all the categories. So categories dot map, we can pass the category. This is the parameter name that you can write in your own way. And just we will create not a simple div, like we have created the article, right? Article div. So similarly we'll create a this motion div, and we can just pass the everything that we have used in the previous. So we will just copy the style and paste it here. So similarly the category we have to pass when you are using this map function, we have to pass the key and the initial opacity while in view viewport that I have shown before, while hover to y -5, right? So after that we can, and before that, that thing we have missed in the last time we will not miss now. So we can miss grade, and small devices will be grade. We can make like grade call to, right? On the small devices it will be okay, and on the large devices we can make grid like call 3, and gap we can make 6. Now it will look nice. So we'll map the data. So after mapping data we have to show the data, right? So we'll create a div, and in this div we have to create another div, and in this div we will create one more div, right? And in this we'll create, we have created the 3 div and one more div. So first of all we'll first go with the first div. So we'll like background white rounded excel, then shadow lg, then we can write like padding 6, relative, position will be relative, then we can add overflow hidden, right? You can see the beautiful background and the animation. You can see the animation, you can see how cool animation, right? With the help of framer motion, how cool it is. So for the class name of this div, we'll write in a curly braces because we have to see. I'll show you one thing. So each category, when you hover, they have the color of this icon, right? The background icon, that color we have, that same similar color we have shown, and this the same icon color we have shown in the background when you hover with the less opacity, right? See here the green when you hover, here we have a this different color when you hover. Each card have a different color according to their icon background color. So how we can show this? So this thing we can show by writing the javascript. So JSX makes life easier. So just style it absolute, then insert 0, then we can like bg gradient to write. Then here we'll write the logic, the javascript logic. So category dot color, what is in the color? So go here, category dot color, from green to this, the color is from yellow to orange, this, right? So we have to pass and it will automatically take. So go to the our, see the our running localhost, we can see that the background category has been already taken, right? How cool it is with the beautiful animation. Now we have to make it some length small icon and all these things, right? So we will make opacity, we have to write in the this curly braces, opacity opacity we have writing, we have to write in this the template opacity, we can make like 0, and the group hover, when we hover, right, then we have to show the color, right? So opacity 10, so we are not making 100%. So when you hover on it, it will show the color, right? Before it was showing the color, but when we hover on it, then it will show the color. Like here we have shown the color when you hover, and we have made the opacity 10, and the transition we can make like opacity. So this is the power of Tailwind CSS. And let's write the class name for the another div for the like relative and z index 10. Now we will show the icon in this div, right? So to show the icon, search right category, like category dot icon. So category dot, here we have the categories, right? And here we have a category. So we have to map this with the parameter dot icon, right? And in this category icon, just close this. So why we are writing in this tag? So because in the icon we have to write like this, that we use in from the lucid react. So category icon, and we can write like class name, like width equal to 6 and height equal to 6, and we can like text white. Now it's not appearing, so let's style our div with the class name. Here we also write to write the javascript logic. So to write in curly braces, use the backtick, and you can write width 12, height 12, then rounded lg, then we can write like background gradient to right, and we can pass the category color. So each icon have a beautiful category. So you can see the beautiful category icon, and we have used the text white. That's why it's not appearing. When you apply the background, right, the background color, our icon will be displayed. So now our icon will be displayed. So here we can write category dot color. Now we will see the our icon. So still it's not so when you hover on it, then it is appearing, right, the category. I can see that the hovering. So let's fix that. So initially opacity will be 0, and group we can write like uh, flex with no need to write flex group over flex call, and we can write like item center. Then we can write justify center, then margin bottom 4. So still our icon is not visible. So let's see where we have done the mistake with. I have fixed the bug that the icon was not appearing, right, it was not showing on the card. So I have fixed the bug with the positions. So that's why it's not showing, and the background also not applied correctly. So I have changed. So you can see the code, right, you can just see the code. And after that we have applied the similarly the a3 tag. We have passed the category name, and we have styled our text font bold and the articles. So how many category dot count, so how many articles is showing. So we can see that we have designed our this beautiful hovering cart for the different categories. You can see that the similar, both are looking similar. Just we have to create the footer. So we have to create a footer like this. We have a background beautiful, then we have a name of your blog, landing page, and then we have a paragraph, then the social icon, then the quick links and that category. Then we have a copyright section in the bottom. So let's create the footer section. So let's go for the footer section. In the footer section, first of all we'll import necessary thing that we have to use in your application, like icon like GitHub, Twitter, Instagram, all these icons we have to import. So let's import it first. So we'll first go to our foot. So in this we have to write a use state. Not we use state, we have to create a constant current year. So we'll create a constant current year to get the new date. So it will automatically update the new date on your copyright section. Get full year. So it will take the year. So when you go to 2026, it will automatically update it to 2026. So we have to create the new date. It will create the present date. It will take the present date, then it will, for the present date it will take the full year, only the year part. Then we have to show our, here we can show our, we can use footer tag, right, why to use div tag footer. So in the footer tag we can create a div, and in this div we will create one more div, and in this we will create one more div, and s3 tag. So we'll style, we'll format document all these things. Now we will style everything. So in the footer we have a, first of all we go to the footer section. So nothing is displaying, right, so let's write some h3 modern blog. Now it will look modern blog, you can see the bottom. So first we'll style background gray 900. Then you can see that the background has been applied. Then we can write text gray 300. Now it's looking cool, the text color. And we can apply the class name on this like max width 7 XL, MX auto. Then we can write like padding X4. Then on the small devices padding X6, large devices padding X8. So that we have used the class name before also, and we can make it grid for the making responsiveness. Grid call 1. The small devices on the medium and the large devices we can use grid call 4. So you can use grid call 4 and gap will be 8. Then go for the another div class name. So we leave the call span 1 and we can make md call span. We can write like 2, we can take it 2, right? So it will make the current section responsive, like media we can see the width greater than 48 and grid column will be span 2, right? So now it's looking cool. Let's just style our modern block. Write the class name text 2xl. See the text has been, the size of text has been changed. And then font bold, background gradient 2, we can write to right from purple to all these things. So we have to use the same style, right? So we can use the same style for this also that we have used before. For this modern block you can see that the top, right, just we have to little decrease the opacity, right? So similarly we can write for the paragraph also. So the paragraph that we used before, that I am shown in the other components, the same paragraph style. Then after that the paragraph, to create a div for the icons, social icons. So in this we create a anchor tag, right? So in the anchor tag just pass hashtag for the href. Then we have a class name, and in this class name we have a hover. On the hover text purple we can write like 400. Then transition, color transition we can use transition colors. And before that we have to style our div also, right? Flex and space x, we can the x axis we can write like 4. Now it's cool, right? And we can use our Twitter icon here. The Twitter, first we like the Twitter icon. So our Twitter icon will show here, you can see that, and the hovering effect. See how cool it is. So similarly we'll copy this and paste it the 4 times, and here just change the, so before that copying, let's go back, and here first of all we'll write the class name. For the width and height we'll set the width and height 5 is enough, so we have decreased the width and height. So now it will be perfect. Copy, paste it here. Then whatever the icon we want to use, we can write like GitHub, GitHub, and then we can write like what we want to, like LinkedIn, LinkedIn, Instagram. So let's see our icon. So you can see that the all this icon is been appearing, right? Now after this icon we can go to create other section like quick links, right? So the for the quick link I'll just copy and paste the code for the quick links That is very easy. So in the quick links we have just created a div, and in this div we have passed the h3 tag, text white, font semi bold and all these things, right? And we can pass the unordered list, and we have a space from the y direction, right? And we have just used the anchor tag, we pass the home, all these thing in the list, right? With using the list tag, it is looking cool, right? And after this, similarly, we have a category section, right? So go and paste the category section. So I think we have pasted wrong, so we can div ul. So let's copy and we'll paste it here. So let's paste. I think we have extra div here, so we'll remove this extra div and we'll add the tag. So you can see that the categories and the quick links is similar, right? And after that we have a copyright section. So similarly we will create the copyright section here below, and in the copyright section you can see that the current year. So the current year, you can see that it's showing the number is not assignable because it is using TypeScript, right? So we will fix that also. Problem is the current year, you can see that showing the type number is not assignable, right? Type react node because we are using functional component, right? So here in the get full year we have to open and close this. We have not open and close this bracket, right? So that's why it's giving the error, right? It's not assignable to number. Now it's correct, right? Get full year is a number. So that's the power of TypeScript. So you can go and check out the both the website is looking similar, right? But the on the margin top we have a no padding, right? So to fix that we'll go and we will fix that also. So in the footer we have some padding x, and here we have to make padding y12. So when you will write it, it will be from the top and the bottom will be some padding, right? And you can see that the copyright section also. So you can see that this is the project we have created, right? And it is looking similar to the other section, right? So you can see that how looking cool, right? So but we have a problem in this section. This we have to fix it. Miss the width, so you have to write the width, right? So now you can see that it has been fixed. It is looking similar to the other section. In the other section you can see that it's looking cool, right? Just we have missed this w, right? W hyphen, so we can write and we can fix. So we have built this beautiful landing page from the scratch, and we have written the each code line by line, and we have make it responsive also, right? And we can go and check it. This is the project running, right? And you can see that we have built, and it is looking cool, right? And we can click on it, hover on it, and just close it here. And this how we have built our beautiful landing page for our blog website. So you can go and check out my channel for the more amazing projects that I have uploaded with the free source code. So hope you guys like our project, and thanks for watching. We'll meet in next video with a new amazing project. So thank you.